Onyeka, Nigerian, born in Nigeria, came to Canada when I was 9 years old, from Brampton, Ontario. I played for the Red Blacks. I have an engineering degree, and then as of this year, I'm a business owner. So I was drafted by the Ottawa Red Blacks, which is like the hometown team, in 2018. Then I started playing with them in 2019, and I've been playing ever since. Yeah, so it's been pretty fun. It's been a good time. And for my business, it's a cleaning company, mostly residential, Airbnb, sprinkle of commercial. It's been like 4 out of 5 months at this point. So far so good. We're growing every week, so yeah. I would say from a very young age, I've always been an active kid. Like it's me and my brother, and we're always active, right? We played in Nigeria, right? Everyone plays soccer, so we play soccer. And then when we came here, I was 9 years old. He was like 11, and we have our 3 cousins, and 2 of them actually played in the CFL, and one plays at Carleton. And they actually got us into football. Like, they were big football fans at the time. Me and my brother didn't know anything about it. And then we'd always go over to their houses on weekends and we started watching it. Madden's a big one. Played a lot of Madden. And then from there we played football in the backyard with each other. And honestly, it just felt like the right transition. I played basketball for a while. I thought I was pretty good at basketball. But the thing about being the biggest kid on the court is every time someone runs into you, it's a foul on you. So, and I always thought that was ridiculous. So I was like, you know what, if someone's gonna call foul on me, let me at least go play a sport where the physicality is welcome, right? So, tried football in grade 9, terrible. And then grade 10, I was really good. And then from there, it just kind of made sense. It fit like a glove. I think a big part of it, and I feel like everyone knows this, right? Football isn't forever. So even if you're in the locker room, we'll have a conversation with teammates. Everyone's always thinking about what's next, right? But the thing is, there's so many things out there to do, right? So it's that option paralysis, right? And or that choice paralysis. And I think honestly what it was is I was having a chat with a teammate who has a cleaning company, and he was just kind of running me through some of the numbers, because I've always thought about starting a business, but I just didn't know what to do, right? I didn't know what to put my hand in. And he ran me through the numbers, and the numbers made sense. And honestly, I was like, yeah, why not? Like, I've always seen myself as an entrepreneur, as a businessman. So I just figured I'd take the first step and then see where it takes me. I mean, I guess it really depends on how you ask, if it's good or bad. Like, I'm a gamer, so I was enjoying the pandemic. I was at home playing video games all day. That was like the dream. But during the pandemic, we didn't play for a year, right? Which I know was hard on a lot of people. Like, at that point, I was still, like 21 years old. I have no dependents, right? Like, I have no kids. I was fine. I was chilling, right? But I know a lot of teammates who had kids, right? And like, that's how they support your kids. So I know for them, it must have been really tough. Plus, like, it's what we love doing, right? So to take that away from people for even just something as short as a year is kind of a big deal, right? So. Okay, let's see. Man, you can hate me for this one. I mean, like, during COVID, I didn't do a damn thing. I was literally just gaming. So, like, for me, I mean, I would say, honestly, here's the thing. I would say I saw friends who, took a turn for the worse. I think it's weird. It's like when you leave people with nothing but themselves, right? Then I think that's when, like, the demons are fighting, like, the hardest. Like, it's the hardest to fight demons. So I saw a few friends who, really went through, right? So that was always hard, because, like, I care a lot about my friends. And I would say that was tough. Like, at least trying to be there, but not physically being able to be there because of restrictions or whatever it may be, right? I had friends have family members pass away and couldn't attend funerals, like, just things like that. So those things are hard. Like, there's definitely, I know, like, I talk about COVID like it was all fine and dandy. Of course not. Like, lots of bad things happen, but I would say those are probably, like, some of the more memorable stuff. And honestly, for the good too, like one of my best friends, we knew each other before, but haven't really talked or connected. And through COVID, just gaming together, we were able to get pretty close, right? So, I mean, it can't be all negatives, right? I gotta throw some positives in there too. So, yeah. But as far as like I don't think there's any real crazy stories. Like, I mean, whenever restrictions lifted, we partied, but that's pretty normal. When the coach is really on you, that's a good thing. I mean, like, obviously it means you're messing up a lot, but it just means that the coach sees a lot of you, right? Like, you don't want to be the guy who messes up and like it just skipped to the next film, to the next clip, because at that point you know they've given up hope, right? So you definitely wanted that. And honestly, a big thing with football is I've seen so many guys who are like jumping out the gym super fast, like, you know, guys who like love the game. Like, there's so many factors that I think that tie into being like a football player. And I just think the best thing you do for yourself is be as well balanced as possible. You don't want to be the guy who has it all but doesn't ever work out. You don't want to be the guy who does all the workouts, does everything but never knows his plays, right? I think a little bit of everything, or I mean a good amount of everything, is what I think takes you the furthest. I would say don't be too hard on yourself. It's even like, that's what we have practice, right? Circuit dress rehearsal. Everyone messes up. So I've seen a lot of, and a big one in football is, and you always hear coaches say it, your teammates say it, next play. You gotta have the next play mentality, because at the end of the day, depending on who you're facing, you're gonna lose. Like, there's nobody who's 1,000,000 Like, you're gonna lose, right? And I think the really great players are able to flush the previous play and move on to the next play. And in the Canadian game, the game clock is like 20 seconds. So you literally have 20 seconds to flush the play. So you gotta be mentally strong. Like football, a lot of football, like I see a lot of people look at football players and think, wow, everyone's so big, everyone's so strong, the game's so fast, everyone's hitting each other. And don't get me wrong, yeah, like you gotta still be all those things, but I think football, a lot of it is mental toughness. Like, I'm not gonna move like it's rocket science. It's a straightforward game once you understand it, but it takes a lot of mental toughness, right? Fighting through just the elements, because we play outdoors, right? Fighting through the opponents. Like, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of times where you match up against someone and they might just have that for you. And you're gonna have to see the same guy 70 plays in a row. And it's like, you know what I mean? So trust me. So it's tough. But a lot of it is mental. And honestly, I think the biggest and the number one advice I honestly would give, like, having played this game for like 13, 14 years now, just have fun. You're 1,000,000 times better at the things that you have fun doing, right? So if you're not having fun, it's a lot harder. Like, you can't, like, the guy who shows up every day for practice, whether it's a hot sunny day, a winter day, and he's running around screaming, having a blast, even when we're doing conditioning, everyone's puking, he's still laughing, there's nothing you can do to compete against those guys. Because no matter what you throw at them, like, they don't look at it like it's work, right? Yeah, so I think in life, a lot of people work hard, which is good. And I think, I would say I'm a hard worker too, but I think a lot of people forget to enjoy it, right? And a lot of people, and that's why you see a lot of people blink and they're like 60 years old and they're like, damn, I haven't done anything fun. I think the process is the fun part, because at the end of the day, like, human beings do have a baseline level of happiness. Like, you can get a new car, and after 3 weeks of driving the same new car every single day, you're gonna be like, okay, well, like, I'm trying to get some groceries, I need to get in the car. Like, it becomes a point A to point B, right? But I think once you take care of like you, and you understand that it's a process that's important, and it's enjoying every day. You know, obviously enjoying every day is tough, you know, but it's taking those steps. I think those are things that take you a little bit further in life, I would say. So I would say my definition of the word resilience is the ability to continuously move forward and push through whatever obstacle or whatever your circumstances are, right? Everyone's dealt a different hand, right? It's just about how we play our cards, right? About how we play our hands. And for some, it's easier than others, right? The people who are resilient, no matter what comes along, it might be down for a minute, it might be down for a year, whatever it may be. If you keep pushing forward, it makes you a resilient person. Just have fun. That's all it is, right? It doesn't matter what you accomplish. It doesn't matter what you don't accomplish. It doesn't matter people's expectations. Like, for sure, don't get me wrong. Like, work on being the best version of yourself you can, because that's all you can do. But just have fun. Like, if you're having fun, everything is 10 times easier.